Introducing Passport Bros, your ultimate travel companion. Download the app for free and embark on a journey where your adventures not only become unforgettable memories, but also opportunities to earn. With Passport Bros, your travel content is more than just photos and videos. It's your ticket to a fully monetizable network of like-minded adventurers. Imagine making money from your travel stories. Post videos, share your experiences, and let the world be a part of your journey. But that's not all. Connect with travelers from around the globe, join co-ed groups, and make lasting friendships, perhaps even with foreign women who share your passion for exploration. And here's the best part. Store your earnings securely in your Passport Bros wallet. No hassle, no worries. Just seamless transactions wherever your travels take you. Looking for the best local experiences? Passport Bros has got you covered. Get personalized recommendations for tour guides, rentals, and the hottest clubs in town. Did we mention the app is absolutely free to download? That's right. Your passport to a world of adventure is just a click away. And here's the cherry on top. With Passport Bros, you can make money while exploring new places. Turn your passion for travel into a source of income, right from your mobile device. So what are you waiting for? Download Passport Bros now, share your journey, connect with fellow explorers, and let the adventure begin.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.
All right, man. We are live. Welcome, family, to another show. It is your man BMT in the building, and we have a hell of a show for you guys today. Recently, I've been getting a lot of messages with a recent documentary coming out. Not really a documentary. It's more like I want to say it's like a special, that they did on the Passport Bros. Now, this is not the first, and it probably won't be the last, but it was an interesting take. Some of it was some decent information. Most of it was, of course, misinformation. But like I said, a lot of people shared this special with me. So we're going to break this video down. We're not going to play the whole entire video. But as you guys know, the Passport Bros, the phrase and the so-called movement was kind of coined here amongst other, content creators early on, maybe around 2020, 21, something like that. And it's just interesting that it's so popular now that you have a lot of people that are trying to capitalize off that. All right. Not only for clicks and views, but for other business endeavors as well. And I'm going to point some of this stuff out within, I got everything time mark, within this so-called, like I say, it's not really a documentary per se. It's more like kind of like a little bit of a news special, but it was done professionally and very well put together. What's interesting is, and I'm gonna get to the comments in a second, what's interesting is the fact that it's easy to tell, especially as a producer myself, that this was more of what I call like a Google Doc. Not Google Docs, but like a Google documentary, meaning the producers didn't really do a lot of research. They did a lot of online research. They did a lot of Googling. The reason I know they did a lot of Googling, which is fine, is because the people that they brought in to speak on it, of course, they're going to bring in some of the bigger influencers. That's cool. Shout out to Digital Bro Matt. I ran to him in Thailand not too long. Well, actually, a couple of years ago, I ran to him in Thailand. Cool dude. Some of the other guys, I have no idea who they are. I don't even know why they try to feature them in their what I call Google Doc. But it was interesting, and I'm going to break this down in the video. It was very interesting that they had one brother on here who's just like what I call just one of them dudes that try to cap off of the momentum that a lot of other brothers put into this. He's like pretty much no motion. Nobody know who this guy is. And when they Google the Passport Bros, he got some little janky ass website that nobody go to. And his came up and they decided to interview him as if he's the actual founder of the Passport Bros, right? Like I say, some little dusty dude, old dude. So I'm gonna break him down too. I'm gonna talk about his ass as well. But yeah, let me see who's all in the room, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out my man Bert Ross in the building. Shout out to you, Bert. always traveling and everything like that. Shout out to you. We got Jay in the building, said something about Passportbros hijacked the black man's option. No, they did not. That's untrue. Shout out to the black man's option. They kicked me out of the group, but shout out to them. Didn't Rainbow hijack Pass? I don't know what this guy's talking about. Any single man Travis now is calling himself a passport bro. All right. What up, James Francis? One love from Canada. Yeah, you're right, Drew. I will say that it was somewhat lightweight investigative journalism. Lightweight wise, it was lightweight. All right. Like I said, I think personally, it was like, they put something together. They put a little special together. They did a little research. They reached out to a few people, and they put something together. And it was decent. I'm not gonna lie. It was, a lot of information. Most of us already know, but there's a lot of disinformation in there too. Misinformation, rather. What up, Black Chairman in the building? All right, we coming in here heavy, man. What should I do in this morning, this early Sunday morning? We in here early. Usually I do my lives on Sunday, my Sunday rundowns a little bit later in the evening after football. But my Falcons been trash lately. So we're doing this a little bit earlier today. All right. Willis Borkins, I think we had you on the show. He says, yes, these new idiots have hijacked a movement that has been happening since World War II. See, that's one thing that's confused. We're talking about the phrase that was coined, not the actual guys traveling. Like, come on now. We're not saying that the Passport Bros came up with dudes traveling the world looking for relationships. That's not what we're saying. We're talking about the actual phrase that was coined early on in the early 2020, something like that, when I coined the phrase years ago. All right. And it's interesting. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the video now. Hold on.
Marriage is happening. Marriage is happening.
Let me go back a little bit on this. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I just had it queued up and I lost the queue. Hold on 1 second, family. Where they said the Passport Bros originated from. So they started off kind of with the dustiness. And that's the thing, man. Depending on the producer or the people that puts the content together of a production like this, there always going to be some form of a bias, what I call producer bias. And obviously, maybe some women maybe kind of put this together. And they will always kind of throw their shots because we all know that a lot of women in the West might not be comfortable with men stretching their options out and it becoming a fair dating ground per se. So it's interesting that where they say the Passport Bros so-called originally from. Hold on, let me see if I got it queued up correctly now. Hold on.
Million views on TikTok. So what is driving this surging trend? Well, the popularity of Passport Bros coincides with the decline of romantic relationships in some Western countries, particularly in the United States.
Right now.
Hold on, I'm trying to find what they said. Because they said that it originated, the Passport Bros. And I'm going to break this dude down who got this little bullshit website that don't have no motion. Here we go. It has no motion whatsoever. Like I said, it did a quick Google, and his little janky website does pop up. We had almost 10,000 users. We almost had 10,000 users on the Passport Bros app. So we got a whole emerging community on the actual Passport Bros app. This guy probably get 10 hits per month on his little janky ass Passport Bros LLC website, but for some reason they went with him. All right, so check this out. I think it's right here. Look where they say where it originated from. I want you guys to peep this. What up, Jay Clyde? I want you guys to peep this right here. I need to have my damn headphones on. Let me get my headphones. Hold on.
Passport Bro is believed to have originated in 2004.
False.
To describe Brazilian sex tourism.
False. Now, I have no idea where that came from. She didn't base that on any reputable resources. She just kind of, and this is what I be saying about certain producer biases. Like they can literally just say, hey, passport bro term originated in 2004 for guys going to Brazil for sex tourism. Where the hell did she get that source at? She probably just literally made it up. She didn't give us no references. She didn't say, hey, the term originated of guys going to Brazil back in 2004. That's when the Passport Bros term originally originated from. And we got that source from this magazine back in 2005, 2000. She didn't say that. She just said, yeah, so the term originated came from guys going to Brazil participating in sex tourism. So she's already, well, I tell you about producer biases because I went to school for this. She's already demonized it from the very beginning. We are 2 minutes in, and they've already demonized the Passport Bro term off rip from a source we have no idea where it came from, right? Like I said, once again, producer biases. Let's see a little bit more what you got to say.
It then mostly fell out of popular use. But then, in late...
What metrics are they going with?
2022, it was revived and exploded in popularity, according to Google Trends. The term trended on TikTok and Instagram.
So they don't even know where it actually, started to pick up pace and everything. The Passport Bros, the original coined phrase, which I coined, was a response to a Fresh and Fit live show that they did back in the day. They were talking about, they had interviewed some guy in Colombia. They're talking shit about Colombia and everything. And I titled the show Passport Bro Reacts. It was something like that. That's when it started to pick up motion and traction. Everybody started using the term. I started using the term more and more in my titles and my shows and all that good stuff, just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown. And it all picked up from there. All right. Austin took it, ran with it for a while. He brought it to that TikTok space. O'Shea grabbed onto it. All right. And those little, that formula started to get out there more and more. And when you use the term Passport Bro, since everybody in America was saying, because bro was originally, brother, black. Everything was kind of black oriented, right? The foundation of this was all pretty much brothers getting frustrated with dating woes of the West, right? That's where it all pretty much coined, the black man's option, Charles Tyler and everything. That's what all the little remnants of it was. Nothing back in 2004. Once again, let me say this one more time for the audience. We're not saying we came up with guys traveling the world in search of traditional relationships. We're not saying that we started that part. All right. We know guys been doing that fucking 50, 60, hundreds of years. We understand that part. We're saying what the actual terminology is, what they're talking about in the docuseries or document, whatever you want to call it. We're talking about where it all kind of stemmed from. And they, like I said, they didn't do their full research. They kept it real quick. Like it just emerged out of nowhere. And it's just funny, man. They do have a black face in this, what I said to be a con artist. They do have one black dude up in here, and I'm gonna show him in a second. But for the most part, the Passport Bros has been not only commercialized, but I want to say almost whitenized to a certain degree, because the guys that they're showing, it was kind of like a black thing for a moment. You know what I mean? The original, you know how we always start some shit. And then somebody comes and see the potential in it. They might put whatever they put behind it and take it to the next level. All right. What up, Chopper Twan? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. Let me catch the super chat real quick, and we'll get right back to the video. We got A2 in the room, guys. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. We in here chopping up today, man. Shout out my man Marius. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. With a 5 super chat. I really appreciate that. He says, I saw it. So apparently Passport Bros are all white and Asian expats that are interested in oppressing women and P4P. All right. Shout out my man Mars. All right. She said the data came from Google Trends. All right, let's continue. So you are the person that really brought it out. Passport Bros started hitting on all cylinders once you mentioned it. Shout out to my man, the Flybo Away. That is correct, Willis Boykins.
As borders reopened and international travel resumed post-COVID-19.
They got Digital Bro Man. They love showing Digital Bro Man, boy. They love showing my man Digital Bro Man. He's been in every little special docu-series besides Austin, because Austin's been in a few too. But they love showing my man.
By November 2023, the hashtag Passportbros had gained more than 470 million views on TikTok. So what is driving this surging trend? Well, the popularity of Passportbros.
Somebody said black men make everything popular. Yeah, we do, man. We do. That's the truth. That's what it is.
Coincides with the decline of romantic relationships in some Western countries, particularly in the United States.
Right now in America, I'm seriously concerned that there is a big shift happening. And there are a lot of factors that feed into it. So we have less marriages happening.
Arlene has more than a decade of experience as a dating and relationship coach. Now she travels around the world to teach matchmakers the art of connecting people.
That shit done. That little lifestyle done. These motherfuckers addicted to their cell phones and social media at this point. They had some interesting stats in here, though, man. For my young bulls, for my young guys, they had some really interesting stats about, guys from 18, I believe it was 18 to 29 or something. 30-some% of them haven't had sex in years and shit. It was crazy. The stats they be showing in the West be absolutely insane. All right. I was on a plane and I'm flying over, I think it was over Taiwan or something. And it's me, I'm on the aisle seat, of course, brother kind of tall. And it's this little this cute little Asian chick in the middle, and on the right, on the aisle seat, not the aisle, but the window seat, it was this little Indian dude. And it was like he was just so nervous. I could tell he was trying to low-key flirt with her and everything. Of course, she wasn't really studying him. But I was just like, damn, I feel sorry for guys like that. I can tell he probably a virgin. He's like 25. He probably a virgin. He probably just uneasy around women, and you got guys like that out there that really haven't had a lot of interactions with women.
Wants to take on these traditional gender norms, and they want to essentially put on the shoes of the traditional man, I guess. And I'm not saying that's bad, Every single relationship is different, every person's different, but I think it's refreshing when men come here, they find a really feminine, nurturing woman that trusts them and that they can kind of go in the same direction with, and kind of have the same traditional values and traditional roles. So
it's just so interesting that people are starting to really take these terms that we've been using for years, because nobody was really saying traditional wife and traditional values, and nobody really saying that but us in our own little small community. We was mentioning all these words. We were talking about modern women and dating in the West and looking for more traditional women that put the family before they put their corporate careers so they can go shopping and buy stupid shit. All right, we was kind of mentioning all these terms and stuff like that. Now it's just interesting that, what started organically, now you got a lot of people using it as if they came up with it to a certain, not this guy in particular, but I'm hearing so much of the terms that we use within our own little community being just spread all over the internet.
Such as women cooking and cleaning, whereas these.
How is the Asian guy going to Asia be a passport, bro? Listen. I was standing outside a gas station. The guy recognized me, and he was from I think he was Ethiopian. And he was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, we be traveling to Kenya and other places to date, more traditional women, because the women in even Ethiopia are getting kind of hit with the feminism and the power complexes and the independent woman bullshit. So it's just like anybody could technically, that wants to leave these little modern ass relationships, can technically be a passport, bro. All right. They don't necessarily have to be Black American or American in general. They could be even in Africa and be passport broing.
These things would be seen as kind of controversial in the States.
I want to play something.
This is the website of a
here we go,
self-described official Passport Bros company.
False. So it's this dude right here, man. This look, Prometheus Worley. This guy here, man, just out of the blue. Don't nobody know who the hell this dude is. Okay. They basically Googled Passport Bros. This little janky ass website pulled up. It don't offer nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked it up a while ago. He really ain't saying shit on the website. It's a whole bunch of bullshit. But the way it's being coined as if he's the actual founder of the Passport Bros, he's not. Okay. He just was mentioned in the Google search, and for some odd reason, he was able to manipulate the producers of this docuseries or documentary to get him in there and promote his little janky ass website. But the dude ain't got no motion. We got a way, way bigger platform than he does. All right. I hate to even give him a little lightweight promo, but like this is just little janky ass website.
How to date in different
Who gonna read all that bullshit?
Cultures. How to find accommodation and flights or rent a private jet.
See, we have all of that on the app. Everything. We got the real recommendations from people actually traveling, not dudes just Googling shit. You know, but yeah, this is these little janky, some janky ass brothers trying to make their little marks. Okay, he ain't try to copy our style and shit.
That guiding light to try to help men where we can.
Bullshit. Nigga, you a thief. You an IP thief.
In this particular area.
On their website.
Fuck that damn janky ass website. All right. But let's continue though. I think I had it queued up. And this is funny to me, man, because white dudes have been going to the Philippines, you know, the divorcees, but way before any type of passport bro terminology. But they consider this to be passport bro now. You know?
Everyone deserves to be happy and feel love, you know. I don't think you should be in a place or in an environment where you don't feel belong and appreciated. So I think for them doing the movement to go abroad and find real women, I think they're doing the right thing.
Yo. Hey, shout out to my Filipino women, my Asian women, man. Shout out to them. Shout out to them for holding it down, holding strong. You know, they putting these Western women on their heels, bro. You heard what she just said? Straight up, she was just like, listen, I ain't mad at these dudes for going to seek real women. Because these other women got the game effed up. And they're going to realize that the older they get, they end up being lonely as hell. They're going to realize that, you know, the more traditional women made better decisions on choosing their family and their legacy, and their husband over corporate America and being promiscuous, you know, and participating in what I call hookup culture. You know, another thing, man, I've been watching a little bit because I've been seeing the red balloon for a minute now. But I never actually watched the whole episode. I've always saw the viral clips, you know, the clips that go viral. But I actually sat there and I watched it, right? And I watched it on the female side and I watched it on the male side, you know, and I was just looking at it. I was just like, wow, you really got women in the West. You really got women in the West turning down men because of the shoes that they have on, which is just insane to me because nobody pays attention to tennis shoes and sneakers overseas. The women don't. You can wear pretty much anything as long as you're in shape. Not even got to be super in shape, but just presentable, look nice. You know, they're not really worried about what type of sneakers or shoes you have on, what brand. And most people overseas, the countries that we go to, technically wear dirty sneakers or knockoff sneakers. The last thing on a female's mind when it comes to her making a decision to either get in a relationship with a man or getting to know that man, you know, as far as, you know, them courting, the last thing on her mind would be, how he's dressed, because that does not mean anything. These women were turning down dudes because they didn't like their outfit. When it comes to that in your society, if women are making brash decisions and turning down decent dudes because they might not have on the outfit that they like, it's pretty much a wrap for that society, in my opinion, because they don't even know what they're looking for, right? Until it's too late. And then what happens is the older women in the West always hate on the younger women. So they try to shame the younger women for going for the older, more valuable guys to keep their dating market value higher or last longer. So not only do you have that, what I call the age shaming, the age gap shaming that you got, you also got this little fictitious, unrealistic expectations that they put on men in the States. Like, you got to be 6'5", multi-millionaire, no kids, a thug, but a Christian at the same time. You got to have a tattoo on one side of your face, and then it's just all types of shit you got to do. All right, they really don't know what they want for the most part, and that's the biggest thing about a relationship. You got to know what role you play in that relationship and what you want out of that relationship. And every relationship is different. And I'm not demonizing all Western women at all. I'm just saying, when you go to these countries, the women already know what they want because it's baked into the culture. They want a protector and a provider. That's pretty much it. These women not worried about if you got the brand new LeBrons on. That's the last thing on their mind. Says Simp Nation getting smaller in the Matrix. I don't think so, man. Brothers in the Matrix, them plantation bows, they just get stronger and stronger, in my opinion. Michael Ross says it's only when black men do something it gets demonized and criminalized. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, we got a lot of heat. It's kind of like, to a certain degree, it's a little bit unfair when you think about it, because I know early on in this so-called movement, but I say it's more of an ideology. When we first introduced this to the I guess you want to say the socialness of it, we took a lot of hits. I know I did. I got ran off of panels. I know a lot of guys, dating coaches, was trying to get on us and try to call us incels and all this. We can't get girls in the States. I mean, we all know we went back and forth, but we was the first guys over the hill that got shot with the arrows for the most part. Now that that's all like a popular term, and all the controversy is kind of low-key dying down, because at one point it was just people trying to typecast us as, ex-tourism and all that bullshit. Now that's all kind of toned down to a certain degree. Now all the faces are lighter, whiter, and now it's kind of like this somewhat term that's just out there to a certain degree. But it's not necessarily demonized like it was before, when the brothers were calling themselves Passport Bros and keeping that Passport Bro terminology out there. Let me see what y'all say in the comments, man. Yeah. It's funny. I was watching, like I say again, I was watching that little red balloon challenge, and there was a woman on there that was, I think she was like 24 or 23, which is kind of young, you know what I'm saying? And she was talking to a guy who was like 37. And she was just basically like, "Oh, you're too old for me," and all this. And I'm just sitting here like, nah, not really. Honestly, no. That probably would be your best bet, in all honesty. Some people might not think that, but in general, women have always liked older men since the dawn of time, bro. Like, there's always been younger women and older men, because our values go up differently as our value go up with our age. Their value go down with their age. So it's always been that kind of like, and outside the West, and for the life of me, I don't understand why so many women are trying to leave the West. And I'm like, when you get outside the West, ladies, y'all technically over 25. Y'all are looked at as something must be wrong with you if you're not married and don't have children yet, outside of the States for the most part. So I don't even know why they would leave America to that certain degree. But when you overseas, the age thing is a non-factor, bro. It's a non-factor. Anywhere outside of the United States and maybe the UK and all that bullshit. But other than that, It's a non-factor. Somebody, DeMario said they hate us because they ain't us. Let's continue with this little this docu shit.
Gary and Leah have been together for about 6 years after meeting on a dating site.
One of the reasons why Passport Bros, prefer to date us because they want to find a real woman that would respect them, that would let them to be the man that they should be, like to be the leader. And most of us Filipina, we respect that. We're very family oriented, and also we're more feminine and more traditional, I would
Damn, she killing it. She killing it. She pissing the females off right now.
say.
The Philippines is another popular destination in Southeast Asia for Passport Bros.
Here's why you should leave America and go straight to Philippines. First off is rent. $300 a month is plenty.
This is Austin Abeta, 33 years old, from Colorado. A data analyst by trade.
Okay, so they're back on Austin again. Like I said, he's been in every single doc. They love him. But shout out to him, man, because he did have a lot to do with popularizing it on TikTok, him and Austin. Shout out to Austin as well. I haven't heard from Austin in a minute. Somebody said her voice is peaceful. Some brothers don't get here. Yeah, that's another thing. Once you encounter a feminine woman, man, there is no turning back. Believe me, because I tried. It's not going to work. Because what you will have is a lot of, when women see you overseas, you will have a lot of your former exes kind of reaching out to you and everything like that, to try to get over there and see what you got going on. But it's no turning back, bro. It's no turning back. Sound Mind says age gap being dating looked up. Fueling men go age gap dating upon definition is fueling men going overseas. All right. Women still date older men in the West. I think the news put out that BS. Most of my family and friends that are female that date older men. You can see TikToks with women wanting old men and tall men, right? I mean, it's a give and take. I think women like rely on their little beehive so much for their little beehive opinions and validations, and this all type. I mean, it's a whole little insecure little mind thing that they be doing. So you're right. Women have always like older guys and everything, but her telling her social circle or her family, hey, I'm dating a guy 15, 20 years older than me. In the States, that's kind of like looked down upon. They kind of look at you as you a predator or something, even though you're both adults. Same thing with my man. What was it? Not Omarion. What's the other guy name? And he wasn't in B2K. He was an immature, I think. What's the guy name, man? You guys know the guy's name. He married like a 19, 20-year-old girl at 38. And they was on him on the internet for weeks. Not Omarion. What's the other guy's name? He's the act a little bit too. What's the guy's name, man? Houston. No, what's the singer? He wasn't B2K or anything like that. He was like, I think it's a group called Immature, if I'm not mistaken. He married like a 19. Yeah, was it Mario? Nah, it's not Mario. Not Omarion, man. It's the other. Everybody keeps saying Omarion. Is that Omarion? No, that's the immature dude, man. He used to be on Sister and all that back in the day. Marcus Houston. Yeah, Marcus Houston. Okay, yeah, Marcus Houston. There you go, fam. Yeah, Marcus Houston. Y'all see how much they shade him. All right. Yeah, Marcus Houston. Okay. Yeah, okay. Passport Bros is a very exclusive movement for matrix men who desire carbon footprint globally. Hold on. This is a troll. What man feels like a complete man knowing that they can only get the women because it's poverty peak? All right. I know it has to mess with them psychologically. No, I don't know what you mean out of sight by that. That's kind of, I don't know, have no idea. I don't know if you're trolling, Motherfuckers that ain't travel be thinking that women being like shacks and stuff overseas. Man, listen, overseas has some good infrastructure too. Okay. Shout out to Dan Smith. All right, Dan Smith. I think you messaged me on the app too, bro. You said, yo, BMT, I was in San Domingo, was on the Colonial last weekend, and man, there were some baddies there. But you gotta know the language. Yeah, you gotta know that Spanish in San Domingo for sure. Yeah.
Gender equality, scoring better than Canada at 36 and almost 20 places above the United States at 43. Thailand ranks 65.
We Filipina, we know how to cover our role as a wife, and we let our men to lead us in our household. But some Western women, they think that's too old-fashioned. You know, women should pursue their career and all that. And they even said that we are just playing the role because we want to get out the poverty. You know, but the fact is, we are raised like this. That's our tradition. That's our culture. You know.
ความเป็นชาวเอเชียอย่างชาวหญิงไทยมันถูก
The Asianness or Thainess of women here have long been shaped and molded. All right. So once again, like this is, I mean, it was decent the way they kind of put it together. They didn't really get into like the super nuts and the bolts of where it kind of came from. It's more to it than what they're putting out, you know. But Passport Bros, I mean, it is a direct solution to the dating woes of the West for sure, because we kind of came up out the mud. You know, we was going against the dating coaches. We were saying, listen, man, stop trying to put everything on us like we're the problem when you clearly see that they're the problem. And I even think Kevin Samuels, to a certain degree, towards his last few videos, he was making content, and people reached out to me saying Kevin wanted to talk to me and everything about Colombia. I think even Kevin was kind of making that turn to a certain degree. Rest in power to Kevin Samuels. I think he was kind of making that turn to a certain degree about this, saying, hey, man, you know, it's just not feasible for guys to be courting women over and over again and getting the same results, because the women are a little bit too entitled to a certain degree. All right. But let me continue with this docu-series. Hold on. Let me continue. All right. 1 second.
Important for males, while domestic violence against women is viewed more permissibly. Some worry that these societal movements will roll back the progress made by women in Asia.
มันก็มีความไม่เท่าเทียมด้วยตัวของมันอยู่แล้วครับเรื่องของความสัมพันธ์ภายใต้ร่มของชายเป็นใหญ่หญิงไทยหลายๆคนก็ยังคุ้นชินกับสถานภาพทางเศรษฐกิจสังคมที่ไม่เท่าเทียมคุ้นชินกับการที่จะต้องพึ่งพาเพศชายแม้ว่าการศึกษาผู้หญิงสูงกว่าแต่ยังมีความรู้สึกเรื่องของภาวะที่ยังต้องเป็นแม่และเมียอยู่ในขบวนการของ Passportbros เนี่ยมันค่อนข้างเป็นประเทศที่เป็นมหาอำนาจเดินทางเข้ามาสู่ประเทศที่กำลังพัฒนาหาผู้หญิงที่จะมา